What is good, everybody? This is Charles from Team COG, coming at you guys here with a combo video showing you 2 combos for the new Infernoble deck. Of course, I shouldn't say it's new, but the new combo lines for like the new list and the new build. We're going to show you the 1-card connector combo, which is essentially 2 warriors, and we're going to show you the YuGiOh anti-hand trap line that gets us to pretty much protect his ult. So before I continue on, guys, if you guys enjoy the mat, the sleeves, check out Imperium Duelist down the links down below. Use code TEAMCOG10, get 10% off. If you guys want to really help the channel out, go ahead and smash that join button, become a Knight of the Round Table. For 99 cents, you can just support the channel. Really some low tiers, and it just, get an exclusive member-only content, and it just, keeps me going, right? Before I continue on, I just want you guys to know the deck is slightly sorted to a point. There's just so many different combos and stuff that are going on, and it's a lot of work to like sort the deck and stuff, and I'm kind of on a time crunch, so we're just going to go ahead and just play through as best as we can with a little bit of sort that we have. So without further ado, the Fury French boys are going to start us off here by normal summoning connector effect. You're going to summon out the Dolphin. Now again, if you have you will have 4 other cards in your hand. Go ahead and use Dolphin. Take a peek at their hand. See there's no hand traps, then go crazy. We're going to go ahead and link here into our Isolde. Isolde effect is going to activate to add us Ignite Gallant. Gallant's just my choice. You can play the level 4 Paladin, but he's not shiny. And I'm all about that bling. And that doesn't really come up too much. Do take note, guys, if you do see 2 equip spells in your hand, you need to keep Crusader in the deck, because you need to send 3, because that's all you can send with different names to be able to summon the Crusader and still combo through opening 2 of the equips. So Gallant's in our hand. We're going to go ahead and use Isolde's effect, paying cost, sending 4, which is right here, these 4, to summon out the Ignis. Now, before I continue on, because I will forget, and I don't feel like doing this video again, I will go ahead and activate the Divine Sword by banishing the connector and banishing the Aqua Dolphin and adding it to our hand. Right here, we take the Draco Slayer and the Isolde, and we're going to go ahead and make Beyond the Pendulum. We're going to go ahead and use Beyond the Pendulum's effect, pay 1,200 to add ourselves another copy of Ignis Phoenix. Now, we cannot activate any effects until we Pendulum Summon, so right now we might as well just go ahead and activate Gallant, activate the Draco Slayer right here, and then we're just going to go ahead and Pendulum Summon the Triffway and Pendulum Summon out the Ignis right here. So now all of our effects are live, we're still good to combo through. We're going to use Gallant's effect in scale because we can do that, because it just says we cannot normal summon, set, or activate the effects of that monster. We're actually activating the Pendulum effect, which is treated as a spell card to destroy itself, and the Ignis to go ahead and add ourselves a Fire Warrior, which we're going to go ahead and add Renaud. And Ignis is going to trigger summoning out the Majesty Pegasus. Pegasus effect will activate. This is where the card, the Divine Sword, comes in play. We discard it to go ahead and add ourselves Black Garden. So now we're kind of reached the end of where everything was sorted. So we're going to go ahead and activate Black Garden here, and we're going to link off the Majesty Pegasus and the Beyond the Pendulum for Sprite Sprend. Now, 2 things are going to happen. Chainlink 1 is going to be Garden, giving the opponent a token. So we'll just, red dice will signify a token, and then Sprend will actually send Doppel, which is conveniently, maybe it's not, the next card. So we send Doppel. Now we go ahead and use the Black Garden here to destroy itself and the token to bring back out Doppel, because Doppel shares the same attack characteristics that Garden specifies that it can reborn. Bring back out the Doppel. We go ahead and special summon out Renaud because we control a Fire Warrior, which is the Ignis, and add ourselves back DDR, add back Living Fossil, add back anything you want. So here, you guys still with me? We're going to go ahead and the Synchro Summon right here into our Cache Cat, triggering the Doppel to give us 2 tokens. Now you're going to take the Sorrow Cat and the Ignis into our Shooting Riser Dragon, and then Riser Dragon's effect on summon, we're going to go ahead and dump. So we're going to dump a level 4, which is going to be the connector, and then we're going to go, this becomes a level 3, 3-in-1, a 4, which is actually going to be our Cupid Pitch. This is really good in the combo line, simply because we can burn here, which is nice. And if you open Ignis, you can skip going the Beyond route, because Beyond burns for 12. So when you're getting crunched with time, you can literally skip it and just go around it. And burn here for 200 for game in time. So Cupid Pitch is going to use its effect on summon to reduce its level to 1. We're going to link off the Cupid Pitch and the token into our Celestial Star Shaman. Chainlink 1 Shaman, Chainlink 2 Pitch. Pitch is going to add us the Cache Cat. And then Shaman's going to reborn out the Doppel Warrior in the graveyard. Once we do that, we're going to then use the Sorrow Cat in the grave, because if you guys don't know what Sorrow Cat does, we can put back an extra deck monster to the extra deck and summon it. So we're going to go ahead and put back the Cupid Pitch to put it back to the extra deck, and then we're going to bring back the Sorrow Cat now, but it'll be banished when we leave the field, right? So we're going to go ahead and take Sorrow Cat and the Doppel into Roland here. We're going to trigger Roland's effect during the end phase, making it Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2 Doppel, bringing us out to tokens. If you guys don't know, with the Cupid, I don't know if I went over it real quick, but you end up with, off the Cupid, you add Cache Cat. I just kind of naturally did it. I don't think I actually brought it up, but you can add the Cache Cat. And then we're going to go ahead and use this card to go ahead and reduce Roland's level by 2 to special summon it. So we reduce Roland, it becomes level 3. We turn Roland and the cat into our Garden Rose Maiden. Garden Rose Maiden's effect will activate, grabbing us that Black Garden again. So you guys still with me? Sweet. I hope so. I hope you guys are still with me. You guys might have to watch this video a few times because I definitely did. So normally right here, you don't activate Black Garden. If you do this out of sequence, you will actually just completely thwart the whole combo and you'll end on nothing worth mentioning. So we go ahead right now and we take the level 1 token and the Shaman and we make Martial Metal Marcher. Now, fun fact, Martial Metal Marcher can reborn any tuner in the graveyard in defense position, so we're actually going to reborn back that Shooting Riser Dragon. Now, we're going to go ahead and activate Black Garden here, and if you guys are still with me, we're going to go ahead and do Marcher, Maiden, and the token, which if you guys know, 5 plus 3 plus 1 is 9. We're going to go ahead and make Trishula, Dragon of the Ice Barrier. So two things are going to happen. Chainlink 1 Garden, Chainlink 2 Trish. We're going to end up giving the opponent a token, and the Trish is going to rip 1 card. So we've ripped a card with the Trish, and then we're going to go ahead and use Black Garden to destroy itself and the token that we just gave them to go ahead and reborn back out Doppel. So we go ahead and summon back out Doppel. Then we're going to take the Riser Dragon and the Doppel to make our boy Charles. Doppel is going to trigger, bringing out 2 tokens. So right here, you guys are going to be educated right now. When you use Martial Metal Marcher to Synchro Summon, that Synchro becomes treated as a tuner, so that means Trish here is a tuner. So a 9 plus a 1 ends up becoming a Baron. So there we go, there's our Baron. And then for the last part of the combo line, we're going to use the Garden Rose Maiden's effect in the graveyard to banish itself, to bring back out the Shooting Riser Dragon, and then again, Riser, and this level 1 token is going to become an 8. We're going to go ahead and summon, you can do Omega, which you could technically loop it 2 times with Omega, so that's technically 3 cards you're going to do, or you can go right here with Warlord Savage, and you're going to go ahead and equip that Isolde for more attack value. So currently, I'm not going to lie, I don't know exactly which line I prefer because you can go for Omega. You definitely have a flex spot in the case of the second Isolde here that you could play for Omega, which I feel like would be good. I don't know, I feel like, because if you open Dolphin, Dolphin gets 1 card. Sometimes you get multiple cards with it, but bare minimum, Dolphin gets 1, Trish gets 2, loop Omega for 2 times. That leaves the opponent with 1 card, 1 sole card in the hand, and they're drawing for turn, so you can negate both. Even if it is Dark Ruler, like, what's the likelihood that they're going to be, like, you're going to play a mirror match where they're going to, like, draw 1 card connector and do the same board back at you, right? And just to go ahead and, like, tell you guys right now, we are currently looking at 1 Omni Negate, 2 Omni Negate. Charles is going to be able to do the soft lock with Metal Silver Armor, making everything untargetable, and of course Roland's in the grave to make Charles a pop. We have the end phase dump and add with the Roland. So this is the standard 1 card 2 warrior combo, and it's pretty good, guys. It's just like OG Knight. Again, if you happen to have this too and like your board gets broken, the fact that you can banish Charles with Phoenix Blade, then DDR it back, and then the Charles sees the DDR equipped, so Charles can pop something while coming back. It's pretty crazy. Since you will probably get Durandal throughout the thing during your standby phase, the Baron can go back, reborn back Trishula, and then you can just add Renaud, special Renaud, add another card, Renaud's a tuner, turn Trish and the Renaud back into Baron on that turn 3 follow-up too, to be able to like break and push through some more crazy stuff. But this is it for the standard 2 warriors or the 1 connector combo. So I'm quickly going to wrap this up and we're going to jump into the Anti-Gearfried line and go from there. Okay, guys, so here we go. This is the 2 card. If you guys remember, Ogier plus like Durandal was an anti-Nibiru line that got us to Gearfried before the 5th summon that protected the Isolde. So now I'm going to showcase you guys the same combo, but it does the same thing. There is one interesting part though that our combo line, that the combo does change. So like now once we get to Beyond Pendulum, it shuts off Gearfried. So it puts the opponent on trying to hand trap before. So do keep that in mind. Also, technically this is a self-sufficient combo, but like there is like, you need to have 1 other card in hand. You could have 1 other card in hand to pitch off of the Majesty Maiden to make it like fully free, but you can fully combo with just these 2 cards. It does, but like if like to the point to where like you use the effect, which you'll see, which I'm going to talk about, they should have already used it, so it's okay. Anyway, Here we go, just these two cards right here. YuGiOh and Durandal is going to allow us to establish Gearfried before our 5th, and our inboard is going to be one of the best inboards I think this deck has. And we'll just shoot through it, right? So first off, guys, out of your 2 cards, you're going to go ahead and start by normal summoning the YuGiOh. Using its effect, you're going to send the Gearfried. We'll go ahead and activate Durandal. Use Durandal's effect to destroy itself to go ahead and add ourselves the Renaud. We then special out Renaud. We use Renaud's effect to add back the Gearfried, and then we'll go ahead and special summon the Gearfried by banishing the Durandal to summon the Gearfried over here. We then will link here into our Isolde, and we'll go ahead and use Isolde's effect to add. Most of the times, they're not going to hit this effect. This effect is like, normally they don't hit this. I'm not going to lie. If they hit, they know, most people know what Isolde does, and they're not going to touch the add effect. They're going to wait for the summon from the deck effect. So we're going to go ahead and add the Gearfried, or excuse me, add the Crusader. We're then going to use YuGiOh's effect in the graveyard to equip to the Gearfried. 100%. Make sure you do not put it here or here. Otherwise, you've just literally, you've cost yourself the whole combo. We'll use Isolde's effect though now. Protected under Gearfried to go ahead and send 4 to go ahead and summon out Ignis Phoenix. Now here we'll turn Ignis Phoenix and the Isolde into the Beyond the Pendulum. So right here is where we pay 12. Gearfried is now shut off, and if they do have nib or hand traps, they can hand trap us here. Now if you happen to open the Ignis, you can skip around this step and keep the Gearfried live. So do take that into consideration. You could potentially, in the same combo instance, you could dump the Ignis and then use the Renaud to add back the Ignis and all this stuff. So there's just tons of different things you can do. That's just all I'm getting at. But before we continue on, we're going to go ahead and banish to go ahead and add back the Phoenix Blade so that we already have it, because Lord knows I'll forget to use that, and Lord knows I'll forget it. So this effect activates, grabbing us the Ignis Phoenix. So we paid 12, grab this. Now everything's shut off. We'll go ahead and activate the Crusader and activate Ignis over here. Let me just kind of clean this up a little bit so it's a little bit better for you guys. So there we go. We'll go ahead and Pendulum summon out the 1 Ignis Phoenix. Now everything is live. We'll go ahead and use Crusader Ignite's effect to destroy itself and the Dracos Ignis to go ahead and add ourselves Oliver, and then Ignis will trigger, summoning out the Magic Pegasus. So this is where you would use that extra discard in your hand to go ahead and discard so you can hold Oliver and the Divine Sword, but for the sake of making it sufficient here, we'll go ahead and pitch the Divine Sword to go ahead and add us Black Garden. We go ahead and activate Black Garden, and then we turn the Magic Pegasus and the Beyond the Pendulum here into our Sprite Sprint. Sprint's effect will activate, and our opponent will get 1 token signified by the dice to go ahead and send the Doppel. So it'll be Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2. And then now we go ahead and use Black Garden to destroy itself and the token to go ahead and bring back out the Doppel Warrior. Now again, if you had a card to discard, you would have Phoenix Blade in hand to make this the Oliver free. But for the sake here, we'll go ahead and use Oliver sending the YuGiOh to summon itself, because let's be honest, at this point they would have already Nibiru'd you anyway. They would already hit their hand traps. So at this point, if it's here, it's here. Like straight up, if they end up Nibiru'ing you after this point, they had it, man. They knew your lines of play before you even did, which is crazy. Oliver is a level 1, and Doppel is level 2. So we're gonna go ahead and make ourselves the Sorrow Cat, which is right here. Go ahead and make Sorrow Cat, triggering Doppel to give us 2 tokens. And then very similar to the first combo, we're going to take the Sorrow Cat and this and go into Riser. Riser's effect, we'll go ahead and send ourselves this at level 4 to make it a level 3. For 3 and 1, if my calculations are correct, is a Cupid Pitch. You'll use Cupid Pitch's effect here to decrease its level by 3 to go ahead and, make it level 1. We'll go ahead and link the level 1 and the level 1 Cupid Pitch into Celestial Sorrow Shaman. Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2. We'll burn our opponent for 2, add the Kashe Cat, and be able to reborn back out the Doppel. Just like before, we'll go ahead and use Sorrow Cat's effect in the graveyard to go ahead and bring itself out by putting back the Cupid Pitch. Now we go ahead and use Sorrow Cat, which will banish itself, and the Doppel to go ahead and make the first favorite boy again, Roland. Triggering Doppel gives us 2 tokens. So guys, we've resolved Doppel like 4 times already. It's pretty crazy, not gonna lie. So right here, you'll notice our space is all tied up, right? So what do we do? How do we get around or get through this? We end up taking the token and the shaman, and we go into Metal Marcher. Marcher's effect will activate, bringing back the Oliver that we used before. It's now level 4. We turn the Oliver and the other token here into our Garden Rose Maiden. Garden Rose Maiden's effect will activate. We get to grab ourselves the Black Garden back from the graveyard or the deck. So we're still right here. We will go ahead and we will activate the Black Garden, because right now we're going to take the Garden Rose and the Roland and turn it into Baron de Fleur. That'll give the opponent 1 token. And then we'll take the Cache Cat, target the Gearfried, reduce its level, summon again. We get 2 tokens. I will now use Black Garden to destroy itself and the 2 tokens on the opponent's side of the field to bring back out Garden Rose Maiden. It is 1600, so it can bring back out the Garden Rose Maiden. Now we go ahead and take Garden Rose Maiden and the Martial Metal Marcher and turn it into a level 8, which is going to end up being our Savage. Savage effect, we're going to go ahead and equip the Beyond the Pendulum right here, giving a 2 negate Savage. And then we're going to use the Garden Rose Maiden to banish itself to bring back out that Shooting Riser. And if you guys remember, Riser is a level 7, plus Cache Cat level 2, 7, 8, 9. We end up making our boy Charles. So we were able to play around pretty much Nibiru that entire time, except for that one moment with the Beyond the Pendulum, and of course now, but like again, like you just pitch a card you have in your hand for the Majesty Pegasus, so then Gearfried keeps the negate. But this is just showing you like the full potential of like the combo and stuff. Like Roland's Engrave, which will be the, you know, the quick effect equip, the dump and add. It's really crazy, guys. Like it's truly kind of nutty, like what like that can do. But this is the combo. There's so many more that I can show, and maybe we'll just discuss. Maybe when we do a live stream, you guys can hop on and ask all the questions, and I can just showcase test hands and all this stuff. But anyway, guys, this is it for this video. If you ended up enjoying this video, give it a like, comment down below like some different lines that you guys have found out, and yeah, without further ado, this is Charles signing out.